Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, boys and girls. And
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
And got lipstick on my teeth as usual. Happy Halloween.
Oh man, I forgot all about that part.
It's
Ain't said nothing about that part.
Good morning.
Ain't said nothing about that part. Oh man, but yeah, happy Halloween. I guess because we haven't really got in the whole Halloween spirit. I guess.
Well, we tried to, but guess who ate all the candy?
Who that? What do you say?
Tommy ate all the candy.
That's not true. Don't say that.
I bought the candy for the trick-or-treaters. Now I have to go out and do it again because it's all gone.
Don't say that. So what happened was, we had the trunk or treat last week with the young ladies and other kids from Pretty in Purple, and so they just kind of got me motivated to say I like trick or treat candy and stuff too.
But yeah, I was just getting ready to say I bought it this week, the other day, and it's gone.
It's gone?
Yes.
Why you even put all that business out there? That's not nice. That's not nice. They all come up in the room good early. Well, I'm about to say early. Even good morning.
Good morning.
To Vince King. Tara C. Johnson is up in here.
Good morning.
Buffy is up in here.
Good morning.
Sarah Sanders Ham. Y'all know how we do it. We're about to real quick go ahead and do this thing.
We're gonna like.
That's right.
And then we're gonna share. And we thank you for your sharing.
Why? Do we thank you for? Why is that?
Because sharing is caring.
Because sharing is caring.
I say that every day.
Sharing is caring, and that's why we do this, man. We take the time to share the information that's out there that sometimes you may not know, man. You may not know about all the great things that's happening here in Roanoke, because sometimes it seems somber. It seems like we hear about shootings, and we hear a lot of stuff happening that will discourage people to come and actually take interest or value of being here. But as one that grew up here and has lived other places, it really is, man. It's such a pleasure to be back here.
It is. It's a pleasure to be back here. But I know you like to keep it positive and everything like that, and that's why I smile and I look at you when you say that. However, unfortunately, the news is not always positive. Like last night, for instance, come to find out this morning after reading our Roanoke Times a little bit, that there were 2 double homicides on Hanover Avenue. They caught someone, but I really don't know enough information to tell you about it.
Yeah, and it's happening. I mean, it is sad. It is sad because that does go on. But this is one thing I will say with that. And again, I try not to be insensitive, but you guys do know I'm a veteran, in a sense that, it's one thing to be back here on home soil and knowing that we have problems, but we ain't got real problems. We do have some things and some injustices or some things that's happening that's got people. And I think a lot of, especially from the Northwest Corridor, has been the inability to really cultivate or curate financial freedom. Right. And so I think a lot of that has caused a lot of disparity, a lot of times, of the mental health stuff. So I had seen some movement about that on Facebook, but really not into it, simply because this platform has been to kind of rechannel our thoughts, and it's not to overlook that, but it's just not that we don't look at only that anymore. The obstacles are going to come, but we do our best, man, as with the acronym of FOCUS, to find opportunity, continue to success, and evolve daily. That's the whole reason why we do this thing. So we are definitely sending our prayers and thoughts with the families.
Absolutely.
Because Hanover, everybody knows that's Northwest, and we're from Northwest. So, but the one thing we like to do, man, show that there are so many other great things that are happening, not only from Northwest, but just as Roanoke as a whole, man.
Absolutely.
So we're really, really excited about being able to do this every day, man. And it's you all who check in, especially, like, I love everybody from the city who comes in the room, and I love when y'all show us love. And oh, by the way, continue to do that, man, because that's the only way this thing can keep on going on. But I really like when we have people who check in from out of town, who may be from here, who may be even thinking about, now that we're getting older, they've made that run in whatever city, and they're ready to come back. They want to, the parents may be getting older, for whatever various reasons. And by the way, because the cost of living right now is prime. It's prime. The cost of living is prime for you to be able to get here and make a couple moves, because Roanoke is still a centralized location on the Eastern Seaboard. So, you know, it really does allow for, if you have any type of business, anything like that going on, that you really can operate here, especially with the train. Down here, we found out the train doing better than they thought.
Yes. So I saw in the news last night that Amtrak expected to do maybe 30,000 or so the first year. They've almost doubled that.
Yeah, man.
So congratulations to Amtrak. Remember, I told you when I came, they needed Amtrak here. So I'm so happy that they have one. Yeah. I'm a faithful user of it.
That's what I was saying. We definitely added to that. We definitely added to that bottom line for them. So Amtrak, y'all need to holler at us.
Definitely.
we definitely was running up and down on that thing, and looking forward to it, man. It is a great thing. So to have that vibrancy here in the city, man. And I tell you what, like we had on last week, man, we had City Councilman John Garland, and I really thank him because of the foresight of seeing, you know, so much picturesque, you know, just scenery that's downtown that had been left alone, man. So to see all the projects as far as getting into the real estate, the development, and showing that, you know, hey, there's more. There's more than we even know right here in Roanoke. And I really have loved it that I was noticing at first, you see in the Garland properties everywhere. I was like, wow, this is kind of dope. But then I started seeing, of course, we knew city councilman, but then I was starting to see on a lot of these contact Aaron Garland. I was like, oh wow, so this is a family thing, and everybody know I'm with family business, man, because I believe that
that's what we have here.
That's
family
right.
business.
That's right. With family business, you can now see what we all are going after. We're going after wealth. We're going after longevity. We're going after healthy families. And so you can see that transpire. And the biggest instance of that, I tell everybody, you go to all the time. And oh, by the way, if you haven't seen people and you've been wanting to get back in touch with people, just going out to Walmart. You go out to Walmart, you're going to see everybody.
You'll see everybody.
Yeah, man. But Walmart was that, man. It was that family business that, you know, if you look, you know, on the Forbes list and things like that, you see how the family generational together. That's the type of stuff that I think that Roanoke has the ability to do. So we're glad to have Aaron, who's his own man, because I want to make sure we say that too. A lot of times, you know, people who may have powerful parents, you know, will have to walk in the shadow of their parents and things like that.
Exactly.
But Aaron's
that's
his own.
not the case.
Yeah, man. Aaron's his own man. I like that also in the fact of our mayor, you know, of how Sherman Lee, he's a powerful man, but Sherman Lee Jr. is
powerful.
Yeah, he's his own man. So we got that type of stuff here in the city, man. We're gonna sit down and talk about some other things that's out there and more.
And we forgot to mention Joe Cobb last night.
Joe Cobb, we're gonna talk about that too, baby. We got a whole show. We got a whole show.
All right, so we'll talk about that later. Sorry.
Man, we're gonna go to a couple commercials. We right back on the couch with Aaron Garland, so keep it locked.
Stay. Hey everybody, it's Erica from Focus Fashion.
And it's Garland from Fashionista Roanoke.
And we're here to talk about our collaboration, the Sachet Fashion Experience. On Sunday, December 2nd,
get ready for the Sachet Fashion Experience,
our first annual LGBTQ fashion show
in honor of World AIDS Day.
We're calling for all sponsors, models, makeup artists, and designers right now.
For more information, please go to our Facebook page, the Sachet Fashion Experience. See you at the Sachet Fashion Experience.
IMO Go Green is excited to offer free home energy assessment services to residents of the Lynchburg, Roanoke, and Martinsville areas. This is a limited time opportunity and will expire before the end of the year. Call today and IMO Go Green will come to your home, determine your energy saving needs, and install LED lights, shower heads, and aerators as required at absolutely no cost to you. Call IMO Go Green today for your free home energy assessment and get on track to energy savings. IMO Go Green, 434-222-4059.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
We're back.
We're back.
The behind the scenes, y'all. I'm telling you, the footage, stuff that happens behind the scenes, it's something. Oh man, we are excited about all the stuff that's going on here in the city. Briefly, like I said, we did have last night community conversations with Joe Cobb. He has his public office down here, and seeing the development that's happening in Roanoke, I feel like Roanoke is scaled to be able to take in even more of the millennials that's coming, some of the people that's looking for opportunities, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And a lot of that so because there's such a beautiful landscape downtown and things like that, man. And I really got to take my hat off to Garland Properties, man, for really being kind of, I would say, a leader or in charge in that, man. So we have with us today of Garland Properties, Mr. Aaron Garland. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really well. You guys are really flattering. I appreciate all the praise.
Nah, man, it really does help.
Due.
Yeah, it's due.
Definitely do.
Yeah, because I what I will say is that in saying that, and I just really came back. I say maybe about 3 years ago. It was in and out. I haven't seen garnering much praise for the stuff that you've done, but to take the initiative and go and decorate the city like you guys, especially downtown, I just love how it looks. It really reminds me of a city, man. It really got me in a New York type of mindset and stuff like that. Definitely Atlanta. Where did that come from? How did it even start?
Well, my dad has a big vision he just loves fixing up old buildings, and it was something that he had the opportunity to do for other people as the president of Spectrum Design. And so I moved back after being away for a little while, and my brother moved back, and I started doing construction, and my brother is an engineer and does design work, and it kind of just came together at the same time where we had opportunity. Roanoke, like you said, has a lot of potential, and there was a lot of historic buildings that were being neglected and were empty.
I love it when people see the potential, because a lot of people go past old buildings and they're like, but when people actually see the potential and do something about the potential, that's what makes it more vibrant.
Well, downtown, like, it used to be a really vibrant commercial district with people didn't go to the mall, they went downtown to go shopping. And so there was a trend for a long time where a lot, they had a mall, and a lot of that business moved out. People that used to live downtown moved out. It's always had its business like offices, but a lot of that stuff moved into towers. So these other buildings that used to have like second, third, fourth story offices, they were just completely empty.
Yeah, man.
And I think Roanoke hit it right at the right time, where people wanted to have apartment living, downtown living is trending. People want to be in downtown. We've got more some job openings.
That's
and we also have Jefferson College, Higher Education Center, students that are moving to the area. So I think we've just seen the beginning of what can happen. And one thing that I think is unique about Roanoke, or that is an asset, is that we are slow growth. We don't, things aren't going crazy like you saw in Northern Virginia or some of these other big metropolitan areas that they had a bust and they had a boom. I think we have more of an opportunity to dial it in and get it right, and hopefully all ships can rise with the rising tide. And we're never going to be New York City or Atlanta, but I don't think we want to be like.
Yeah, I think that's the added element of that. It still can be home, but I think we have to progress a little bit. But that's why I'm excited about it. I think you hit it on the head. We're analytical. We're a very analytical area, so therefore, at least we've had time to see what some of these other metropolitans and stuff have done, and now can see what their hiccups or whatever may have been, and be able to now hone it in to scale here to get the most out of it. That's what I love about it. I see with what Carillion and some of the other medical entities and stuff down here, it reminds me a lot of Richmond. Reminds me of what Richmond has done within the past 25 years. And I can see our next 25 years kind of getting into that space with already starting the stuff that's down there closer to the hospital. But all the development and stuff, I think, that feeds it, like what you're doing. I like it's a lot of them that y'all have down there that I like. But I think, and she was just asking about
the Aurora.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man. What was that concept and things like that?
Well, my dad had 2 other partners on that, and they're both Roanoke natives that have been successful in their own businesses. Actually, I got to work on that one, coming in as a consultant with the idea that I'm going to manage it at the end of the process. And we also worked with Beth Deal, who is now our resident manager for the Aurora Studio Center, and she curates the gallery. They have shows that rotate about every month, different art shows. And so the idea was, we knew there was a demand for residential, like people, that's a known factor. We know people want to have apartments. That building was originally a department store. It was Leggett. And they're now Belk.
Right.
So they moved to the mall and they turned to Belk. So if you go in there, it feels a little bit like you're in the mall, and it's because that's what it was.
Right.
So there's a big atrium with a skylight. It's 20 by 70 foot skylight. Like, it's huge. And then the lower level was the bargain basement. So somebody like my dad, he's passionate about it because he remembers going there and going to the bargain basement.
Yeah, that's what.
So that space was underutilized, and it wasn't really a good space for apartments. Like, you don't want to live in the basement. But we were able to put additional skylights in there, bring in natural light, put kind of storefront glass, and build studio space for artists, which, artists tend to be the pioneers in the urban space.
Right.
And they go in before anybody else, and a lot of times they get pushed out because the prices go up.
Right.
So we were like, let's use this space that is underutilized, arguably not as attractive, but let's turn it into something that is attractive and functional for artists, so that they can have a permanent space and they don't get displaced. And so that's really the vision, is to have like because we think artists are part of the vibrancy of the city.
Most definitely, most definitely.
And we want to keep them there. We don't want them to move on and move out somewhere else.
Right.
We want to keep them there. So that was kind of the vision. So it's and it's developed where it really works well for fine artists. We've got a lot of painters, photographers, that type of thing. We've got a performance arts classroom. So we have Lindsay Grace. She does aerial performance classes.
Wow.
She actually performs in that big atrium. She'll go out there and practice and perform.
Had no idea, man. That's why I'm so glad we do this show, man. Because
we learned all this
I had
stuff.
no idea that's even. I just knew it was a dope building. I was like, that's a hot building, but now to know all that goes along with it, that's really dope.
Well, there's a show on Friday that y'all should come out to. It's a benefit for Planned Parenthood.
Okay.
And it's The Strangest Space is the title of it, and it's going to have a theme that really goes with the building of a celestial theme of with planets and sky, starscapes.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Out of all these projects and stuff like that, because y'all doing a ton of them, what would you say your favorite one is?
The favorite thing for me really is, so my dad and my brother are both engineers, and they approach it from like the building standpoint, and I've gotten into that, enjoy the construction, but I'm the manager, that's my job. My role is to fill the spaces, and I really like working with people and at this point I've got somebody that helps me with apartments to place individuals there, so I get to have a little interaction with the residents, but I handle all the commercial, so I get to see the new businesses that are starting out in our spaces, and that for me is really awesome to hear about what other people are doing, their businesses, and I get to do that at a lot of our buildings right now. We've got we're developing 3 different storefronts on Main Street in Walsena.
Oh man, I love it.
And that is a space that just there was one family that owned all those spaces, and they just sat there for decades. So now the community's really excited about it. We're getting to see
the ones that's right there.
Right when you cross the bridge.
Oh man, yeah. I could. Oh, that's gonna be yeah.
So I mean, I can't really pick one. They all have their kind of unique qualities.
But that's what's so important about what because people can do developments and do properties, but the longevity and them being able to thrive and being able to keep what the initial goal and stuff for them and keep. That's important for that, man. So it's so awesome to see that you have traveled. Because I didn't know you had traveled. I figured you probably been here the whole time, but you've been and coming back at this time to kind of spearhead it. That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to travel more. But, I lived in San Diego for a couple years for my wife's job, and I lived in Colorado, met my wife there.
San Diego. See, you didn't say San Diego off air, so San Diego. That's where I went to boot camp. Oh, RTC Sandog. RTC Sandog. We was out there in San Diego. So that's kind of a mixed name. But go ahead. San Diego.
No, it's great to be in Roanoke. I feel privileged to be here, and especially to work with my family. And having lived in a big metropolitan area like San Diego, you get to meet a lot of people when you're in a city with that many people, but you can only meet so many people, and you end up connecting with people that have common interests with you. So I guess my experience living in Roanoke, I feel like I get a more diverse experience. Like I'm not just talking to people that have the same interest as me. I get to meet people of all different backgrounds.
Excuse me.
And to me, the experience of living in Roanoke is more diverse, and I think that you have more influence. Like you can go talk to, Joe Cobb or Sherman Lee. Those people are more accessible to the guy on the street. So
versus
you can,
in a city.
Yeah, I mean, you can make things happen in a big city, but Roanoke, I think it's just more attainable. Like
that's the word.
Attainable.
Wow, more attainable.
Absolutely.
Oh man,
absolutely.
That's the word. More attainable, and because I was pushing with, but you can see the results. But what you said right there is more attainable, brother. Welcome to have me. Thank you for being back here, and thank y'all for what y'all do down there and just come and hang out with us today. It's been fun to learn a little bit more about it. I said I had to mess with him because your dad was on here, but I was like, he got the looks, it got to be mom, like I said.
It's my grandmother. I got the Portuguese.
Yeah, man, but it just is because, you know, we and him, I was messing with him. We played the Wilson Road together. I said, you had to play on the line. I said, you had to play on the line. But Aaron, man, and also the one thing I don't want to overlook, very present and know what's going on socially too. I see him always encouraging those who are fighting for, you know, the right thing and get behind those things, man. So thank you, man, for being here and doing what you do.
Thank you for being here.
Any last shout out to anything else we should know about Garland Properties or anything else you got going on?
Just a couple events. We have the one I mentioned earlier at the Aurora. We've got an opening on Friday. It's part of Art by Night. If you're not already going to Art by Night and checking out all the downtown studios, it's definitely an awesome thing to do. Go get dinner, go do the tour, see all the different downtown studios, stop by the Aurora Studio Center, see the opening we have. Then the weekend before Thanksgiving, we have Riot Rooster Indie Craft Fair, or Indie Craft Festival. We have music, food. It's an awesome event for the whole family. It's going to be that Friday and Saturday all day, so look out for that.
Awesome.
That's always a good time.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
And where can they find your properties at?
GarlandPropertiesVA.com.
Okay.
Man, check it out. They really
Definitely check them out.
got some real dope ones downtown.
Great
man.
apartments.
And around, just not just downtown. They're pretty much spraying it out and doing a lot of commercial stuff and just very
We got
in the city.
Right here in the neighborhood in Northwest, we have apartments. Over in Benton, we have apartments. In Grandin area, we have some apartments. And I kind of manage I do the management side, but I also work with my family doing the residential side. So we're always looking for new properties that we can take on.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, man. We're excited about that. Real good to know. Thanks again for stopping through, man. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. All right.
Stay focused.
It's something that I have, it's something that I was born with, and something that I may always have, may not. I don't know what's in the future for me, only God knows.
Sean and I have been together for 10 years. It has affected every aspect of our life together.
Much more now than I did 31 years ago when my son was diagnosed.
I know that it's an inherited blood disease.
Where some of the red blood cells become crescent shaped, like the crescent moon or a sickle.
It causes pain crises, it affects organs, it affects every aspect of life.
It could be your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your cousin. Anyone and everyone is affected by this. Basically, I just want to get the word out.
We're back.
Yeah, but we gotta get ready to get up out of here, and we had to make sure, because the one thing I will say to talk about all this other stuff, your actual property over there on 11th Street, really coming together and got some inhabitants in there who's doing some great things.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to Xavier with the Humble Hustle. He's got his grand opening this Saturday at noon, and it's his opening for his clothing store there, and happening at that location, 601 11th Street, and we'll be having announcements this fall as things progress. Several other great organizations in there.
Awesome, man. Thanks again, Aaron. What you want to say to people before we get up out of here, dear?
Definitely thanking Aaron for being here. Thank you so much. Shout out to Roanoke, shout out to Philly, shout out to Jersey, and of course, if your birthday is today, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, man. And real fast to address, because like I said, we don't spend much time on it. As you seen my post the other day, we lost a good friend, Wayne Miller, and you seen even the language I use, and I chose to do that, so I'm gonna be candid with everyone for the simple fact that I know to speak the King's English. I know how to be where I need to be in the political space. I know how to live. But when I look at friends of mine who have now passed on, and I think about, you know, the era we came through an era where Roanoke, the solution for financial freedom was thought to be in the drug game. And so to see us on the other side, see guys who are older, who are now dying of natural causes, actually makes me feel better than the current state of what I'm seeing a lot of our young people who are now allowing for so-called streets to end before you have a chance to experience all the things that life holds. This show that we do is to try to get people motivated to say that amongst all the other ills and all the other stuff that is terrible, man, there's so much good and there's so many things that we can do together. We see redevelopment coming down here, and we're excited to be a part of it. Thank you all for supporting, because that's how we've been able to do it. And more is coming. So go ahead and continue to lock in. Tomorrow is T-Boy Thursday, so we'll tell you how you can go ahead and start now this year being a part of our Take Back Our Yard effort, whereas we have been for the past 5 years, establishing a fund for small businesses to be able to get support, as well as the resources to have those first 2 years of kind of protection to get out there and be able to do what we need to do to take it to the next level, man. But not gonna talk y'all to death like I always do. But you can listen to the best music that's playing out there, man, by downloading from your Google Play or your iOS App Store. Focus Radio. Once a day, all you gotta do is push play or listen online. We're at
focus-radio.com.
I always love to leave you by saying that thing inside of you, it's not a dream, it's your purpose. Set your sights on your targets and hit them, because the only one who can stop you is you. Once you truly start to believe in that thing and walk in your active faith, God will allow it to manifest, and I promise you it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day, and so grateful for it. Being able to broadcast live from the great city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It's the Daily Grind Show right here on Focus Radio. Thanks again, Aaron, for stopping by. But we out of here, all right?
Peace.
Have a good day, y'all.